Now, I usually don't just come on here eating my fucking breakfast. You know that shit's serious when I'm on here eating my fucking breakfast. So in a situation where someone could have died, we're going to be pointing the fingers at everybody else. My dog's coming back to check on me to make sure I'm okay. So here's a comment. So this guy's talking about the Trump rally shooting. For many of you who don't know, I don't see how you don't know. You're either blind or you're deaf. You know, you're literally have a blanket over your head. You don't see anything that goes on. But Trump got shot at a rally, and I've known this for a while. But anyways, it's deeper than that. They're trying to, the PA state law enforcement is trying to say that it was, it was Secret Service's fault. And I'm not going to get into whose fault it is. I'm just going to tell you guys an witness. I'm an eyewitness of PA law enforcement, Pennsylvania law enforcement, whether it's local or state. There's shenanigans, right? You know I like to expose shenanigans. Whether legal, illegal, moral, immoral, I just like to put it out there and let you guys, the people, decide for yourself whether you agree or disagree. I'm not going to be biased in this one. I'm not going to be, trying to pick a side. I'm just going to give my experience and let you guys pick for yourselves. Now, we're starting out with YouTube because I wrote a comment on this video where this guy's talking about that specific topic, and he's bringing up how the Pennsylvania state law enforcement has now argued that it's the Secret Service's fault, which I'm not here to pick a side, but I wrote a comment with my experience, and you can see these commenters' names. Colin Killian. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's not important. The important part is these names itself, not how I say them. You can see how they're spelled and everything. These are going to be the same comments that I come back to this comment section and later see that my comment I left was deleted. So just watch me write this comment and then come back and it's deleted. So here I write the comment, and I'm going to skip into it. I'm going to skip into it a little bit and get to the end. So you can see me write this comment. If you want to pause and read the comment, you may. I'm not telling you can't. Absolutely. I hope you will, because clearly if YouTube doesn't want you to see it, you know it's important, right? As soon as someone doesn't want you to see something, you should want to look at it. We should have learned that by now. So here I go exposing some of the illegal activity they do, and I even tell you how it's immoral. The people are afraid of the state. So I comment this, and it appears like it's commented, It appears like it's written, so I copy it just in case. I stop recording this screen recording. And then I come over, let me get the new screen record, the next one. Not the new one, the next one. I believe it's this one. So here, look at the commenters' names, Kevin and Tina. And the only comment they have is this one. I'm just very disappointed because I thought we'd learn by now that it's usually the one they don't want you to look at, bro. You ever realize that? It's usually where they don't want you to look. Nobody's had that awakening yet. Nobody's got the thought process. Maybe they don't want me to see this because it's so fucking important. Like you haven't realized that yet. And so I'm just trying to figure out when they're going to realize it, but this isn't what we came on here to talk about, right? So, as you guys know, they're trying to figure out whose fault it is. When you go in, PA State let's take a look. So they say that the Secret Service is presenting a misleading picture of the Trump shooting scene. Now, to me, this doesn't surprise me at all that they would come out and say this, because my personal experience with PA, even the county law enforcement, county, town, state, it doesn't matter. When you call them, they'll tell you that the crime was committed under a different municipality and you need to contact them instead. And so you contact the municipality and they can't do anything either. They tell you to contact the state. And you contact the state, they can't do anything either. They tell you to contact the county. You contact the county, they can't do anything either. They tell you to contact the state. And so it's just back and forth battle. If you ever are a victim of a crime and need to call the police in this state, you're better off just sitting on the side of the road and doing the fucking photosynthesis move from SpongeBob, you know? You're better off just doing that. So, as far as Pennsylvania law enforcement, whether it's county, town, or state, it's a circus. It's a circus act of people who point fingers. And I'll tell you one thing. It's not funny. This isn't like funny stuff. This isn't like to be like, this isn't like a joke to be laughed at. Like, it really is a fucking circus. And you look at some of these state, whether it's state or county, you're like, how the fuck did your fucking forearm get so big? Well, that's roids. That's actually testosterone that they didn't need. They didn't need, but they jabbed it into their arm one day, or they took this testosterone, and then their natural hormone levels got lowered, and so they went to a fucking doctor. And the doctor said, "Oh, you're low testosterone. We need to prescribe you testosterone." But the fucking part that the doctor missed was the fact that you jabbed your fucking arm with some testosterone 3 weeks prior. And so your body lowered your natural test levels. Because it thought it was going to be getting this jab of testosterone, which it is wrongfully prescribed. Had you given your body an extra 3 weeks, it probably would have even back out to a normal level. But what does this do when you put officers on roids? I mean, one, if somebody's caught selling steroids on the side of the road, they're going to jail. So not only are you monopolizing the whole entire usage of performance enhancing drugs, that's a different discussion for a different time. But you're also telling people, hey, liberty isn't when the people scare the state. Liberty is when the state scares the people. You know, as a state law enforcement, you feel entitled to those hormones that make you bigger. Not me. I don't feel entitled to shit. I don't feel entitled to drugs that make me fucking cheat at what I'm doing. I don't feel entitled to it. I just naturally occur. Anything that you see, it naturally occurs. Naturally occurring. Like results that you see that I've made working out, they're natural. So I don't need a fucking forearm the size of the goddamn skyscraper to prove it. But you know, I just think it's a little odd that, you know, these people are so stupid. They'll never admit, you know, or maybe they are grown enough to admit. Maybe they know. Maybe they know that the only reason they got prescribed testosterone is because you're fucking around in your little cop union and somebody was talking about how he takes roids and look at all his numbers, look at the quotas he meets, I better get like him, you know. Take the fucking roids, take the testosterone, be like him. But now you fucked yourself. Now without the goddamn pills from the doctor, you're a pussy. That's what you don't get. Now me, I'll fucking slap you in the face whether I'm goddamn on testosterone that the doctor gave me or not, because my body's flooded with it, with or without the medication. I'm not a pussy. But people like the Pennsylvania state law enforcement and the Pennsylvania the county sheriffs and stuff like that, straight pussy. They're straight bitches. Remember we talked about the COD community fucking Activision's wife better than Activision? You can take the average Joe on the side of the street and they can fuck a cop's wife better than the cop can. That's how pussy the cops are. In Pennsylvania, anyways. You know, I'm sure there's other states where they're a lot more held accountable, but as far as Pennsylvania goes, it's still the Wild West to these cops. Not a regulated West, not a well-regulated West, but a Wild West. Not a, you know, a West on a tight schedule with important things to attend to, but a Wild West who just can do anything and everything they want to. It's a shame. And you know what's even more a shame? That YouTube can show you guys videos of me ranting about Activision. But they won't show you this. Lord forbid if they show you this video, it's game over for the entire narrative. Because you might just be hearing it from the problem. You might just be hearing it. If you take the Pennsylvania County law enforcement's word for it, you might just be hearing it from the problem. I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you're not. I'm just telling you what I know. And so, what have we learned? Don't ever be a victim of a crime in Pennsylvania. You'll just be made a joke by every law enforcement officer in the state. You'll just be made a joke. Don't ever be a... So how do you avoid that? I don't know. Fucking shoot a person next time they take money from you. I don't know what they expect anymore, bro. Like, if somebody wants to take my money, either bend over and take it, whatever the fuck they hand me, or shoot them. These are the options. And guess what? It's wrong either way. But these are the options that the fucking PA state and county and town sheriffs want you to have. These are the options. It's not call the police and report it to a higher up, because that does nothing. You've shown us Hey, don't do that. You've shown us that. You've shown us with your action. You swear you want us to speak up and give you guys leads on shit to go and solve crimes. But every time we come with a lead, we have irrefutable evidence that this was the crime committed. You have to go stop this guy. And you sit back and you shrug your fucking shoulders and say, it's the county's job. What a pathetic fucking life. I mean, do you not get sick of it? Do you not get sick of like, this is supposed to be my job, my crown jewel here, something I'm proud of, catching a big fish that I'm proud of, but I'm like, here, you have the fishing pole. This is your fish to catch, you know? I'd be ashamed. I'd be ashamed if I was the guy with the badge and the gun, and I sat up on that horse. I wouldn't call it a high horse. It's not sitting very high. Not very high honor on that one. That's low honor Arthur there. No. Absolutely not. I wouldn't feel good at all. I'd probably want to fucking die. I'd probably be drinking every night, wondering, why do I want to drink every night? Why is my life so shit? I'd probably be the best victim ever, oh man, everybody fucking hates me. I deserve this, that, and the other because of it. I'd probably be a very good victim in those shoes. But it wouldn't feel very good. Fucking hell. They live in hell. They live in hell. Is what it is. That's all this comes down to. And the West is the same as it always has been, They just use lighter words to change it. Like, you're still a slave. It's just now they call it indebted to the bank, You're still a fucking indentured servant, bro. You're still an indentured servant. It's still indentured servitude. Lord forbid you go out and try and accomplish the dreams that you have and watch the resistance you meet. But if you go and accomplish their dreams and fill their pockets and line their pockets, you won't meet any resistance. You're not going to meet any resistance. These are the truths that we hold. We hold them to be true because it's evident. It's evident. We've seen it. We've witnessed it. We've lived through it. No one can deny these things because they just are simply true. They exist in our real world, the real circumstances that people come across. And I know this is going to be a large curveball for most people. It's like the Trump rally shooting. It's like we had it all figured out. It's definitely the Fed's fault. Can't take it from any fucking, Fed. The Fed is super wrong. But newsflash, the state is too. Nobody's fucking... The point is, everybody's guilty. And the people who aren't pointing the finger at other people are less guilty. You know why? Because they don't need to point the finger at other people. They take as much blame upon themselves as they possibly can. They don't leave scraps for other people to take responsibility for. I know this is stuff you've never heard of, and so I'm going to sit here with my Martian status while you try and put together what I've just said. It might take you a few rewinds, but I have faith. I have faith that you guys, the people, can figure this one out. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening.